Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. The following video is making this project here. It's just like this heart candy box, but using different stamps, ink, and paper. The video was filmed live a couple days ago, and I apologize for all the talking in there. It was a pretty fun live video that day, but I've tried to edit it a little bit. But if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. And also don't forget that Friday, January 3rd, the mini catalog and the celebration catalog will be going live, and all the details will be over there on my website tomorrow morning. Okay, have a great day. Thanks a lot. And don't forget, there's a free PDF over on my website for this project that has all the details about it. Okay? So tonight we're using the Bonanza Buddies. I love this suite. Okay, so let's stamp, right? Because we still have to mark our holiday catalogs of the items that are retiring. So this stamp set has all the animals. So you can stamp them if you want. But we also have the designer series paper that coordinates with the dies. So this little koala bear is going to get cut out with that die. And then the toucan is going to get cut out with this die. And then, of course, we have to give them a little party hat. So we're going to use that die. And then we're going to use the greeting for this one. So let's go over the measurements. So basic black, 8 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then 5 by 6. Some scraps of Whisper White, and then what's the name of this paper? Birthday Bonanza Designer Series paper, and it measures 5 15/16 by 1 1/2. And so we're making the box like this, except we're using a completely different stamps, ink, and paper. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get the Simply Scored scoring tool. And let's start with this one. So the 3 3/4 by 8 1/4. And I'm going to score on the 3 3/4 side at 1/2 inch. 1 1/8, 2 5/8, and 3 1/4. I'm going to turn it on the landscape side, and I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 1/8, 7 1/8, and 7 3/4. So that one's done. What is this? The 5 by 6, I'm going to place it on the 5 inch side. Okay, so I call this the portrait because it's tall. And I'm going to score it at 5/8, 2 1/4, 2 7/8, and 4 1/2. It looks like the comment section and the video, it does look like there's a little bit of a lag. Okay. Let's make sure I did this right. And I did. So we're going to place our tear and tape here. So sorry, guys. I wish I could fix it. We're at the mercy of, well, it's a couple different people, right? So number one, it's Facebook. Number two, it's our internet providers. So who knows which person or which company is at fault. That's one of my biggest fears, is that when we move, what happens if the house doesn't have good internet? I'll be moving again. It's a crazy thing to joke about, but I'm actually not joking. Okay, so there's that part. We'll set that aside for a minute, and then we'll work on the next one. When I was filming yesterday, I filmed, two videos yesterday. Right in the middle of my video, Bella needed to go outside, and David was in the kitchen cooking or doing something, and she jumped on the blinds wanting to go out, but then she didn't want to go out because it was cold, and I told him I was filming, but he forgot, and he's like, go outside, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm right in the middle of filming a video. So if y'all notice that there's a section in my video that I shared today that there was no sound at all, that would be me muting him, telling her to get outside. Okay, so I'm going to remove these 3 corners, or these 3 blocks. I missed one score line. I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, what happened? Okay, so these 3 blocks on each corner. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cut up to that second score line. And this was box template 22. It's already over there on my website. Let's see. So I was going to use this box for some rock candy. It turns out it doesn't fit. It's a 1/2 inch shorter. So I either have to come up with a different box, or I have to rework the measurements for this one to make it fit. My husband's been trying to take the rock candy, and I'm like, absolutely not. You cannot have it until afterwards, if I have any left over. He keeps coming down here trying to swipe it. I'll have to show you how pretty they are, though. They look really good. Look how pretty they are. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to add our adhesive. So we're going to start with these little tabs. So my husband said that starting the new year, I have to start showing my face in my videos. And every day he says, okay, are you ready? Are you getting there? And I'm like, my room is completely demolished. We're moving in 7 months, 8 months, whatever. It'll be here before we know it. I'm like, I'm trying to get everything clean, and anywho, so I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to get this room, 20 years worth of stuff, cleaned out, and change this room around so that I can show my face also during the videos? Anyway, so I keep saying I'm going to, and if you've asked me, I'm going to, but I don't know. Now I want to say, okay, after we move, because I'll have a setup designed for, I'll have a setup for it, because that's what we're planning on. Yeah. And it's much smaller. Okay, I'm folding this down. Okay, so now I'm going to take my liquid glue and add it to these sides here. I don't know who I was telling, when I was taking down the Christmas decorations, I started going through all the Christmas stuff that I needed to purge. And then I ran into another corner of things that I needed to purge. And I found all of Brooke's, what are they called? My Little Pets or Little Pet Shop or something like that. We have this huge container. I bet we have 100 animals in there. I kid you not. And she's like, okay, I don't need them. I don't have a place to put them. You can give them to somebody that will love them. But man, I don't know if I can get rid of them. Like, I know we're keeping her American Girl doll stuff. And some of the Beanie Babies. She only has like 1,000. No, we don't have 1,000, but it seems like we have 1,000. And what else are we? Oh, and Chase's trains. Of course, we're keeping all the trains. But I don't know. I don't know about those little pets. They're so cute. And my niece just had twins, girl twins. So I'm thinking maybe I should hold on to them. If nothing else, I could just send them to my grandnieces in a few years. They're too young right now, but okay. So I just talked through that whole thing. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the top of our box, and we're going to add the Designer Series paper. So I'm just going to flip that over, and look, you can use either side. So if you prefer the presents over the balloons, you can use that side. I had to use the toucan since Elvis and Gizmo. And y'all are not hearing them. They are here. Somebody sent me an email and said, how are the birds? I haven't heard them. I'm like, yeah, they're here. But Gizmo finally has flight feathers. And this is scary, but he actually flew into the window twice. We are so lucky that it didn't kill him. So he's in Brooke's room and cannot come out until his flight feathers are trimmed. And we took him to the vet to get them trimmed, but they're blood feathers still. They can't trim them because they're blood feathers. So he and Elvis are stuck in her room, and it's like they're almost not here. It's so quiet without them. Okay, so there's our box. I've just talked completely through it. Somebody asked me about something else that fit in here, and I can't remember now, but an ink pen does fit. I guess it depends on which ink pen. I don't know if I have another one. My stylus will fit. Okay, Whisper White, and we're going to stamp with Memento ink. I love this font. Oh, and you know what? This is a photopolymer. So I always like to remind you guys that when you're stamping with a photopolymer, using the Stampin' Mat really helps a lot. And now we want to take terracotta tile, and we're going to stamp. Oh, look, there's that thing. I lost him earlier. They stick to me, like, seriously. I don't really like how that, it's like it has fuzz on it. Let me try again. Better. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get the Big Shot now, and we're going to cut all these pieces out. Okay, let's start with these guys. So I'm going to try to do 2 at a time. Hopefully it will work. I really don't want to waste a single one of these, though, so. I have to tell y'all, when I was going through a container of stuffed animals of Brooke's, I threw away what I thought was the ones that she wanted to throw away. And she found this seal that she had made in middle school. And she was like, you're throwing that away? I'm like, goodness gracious, out of all the ones you have, that's the one you want to keep? Is the one that doesn't really look like a seal, but it is? She's like, well, yeah, I want to keep it. I'm like, okay, you can keep it at your house, at your apartment. You can take it with you. of all the ones. Like, I thought she'd want to keep not that one. Okay, so I'm going to cut the happy birthday out with the stitched rectangle, stitched rectangle die. And I'm going to cut the party hat. And hopefully I'm going to cut this one straight. If I don't, we have that second one there. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue on here. Okay, sorry, it wasn't coming out. We'll use that in a minute for something else. Okay, he's cute. And now we're going to take a little assorted pom-pom. Yes, see? Okay, so I'm still trying to learn how to use these. It's a brain thing, right? I'm eventually going to get it. Okay, so I'm going to dip that just a little into the glue. And then I'm going to set it on top of his hat. Oh, I cut off part of his ear. Ruh-roh. Okay, now let's get our black dimensional. So I'm going to put 2 on the back of the toucan. And I'm not going to pop up the greeting, but I am going to pop him up. But I don't want him to lose his pom-pom yet, so we'll just leave him be for a second. So we're going to take, I can close these now. We're going to add this here. And then in the celebration brochure, there is this metallic twine, baker's twine, and these sequins. So we're using the sequins and the So Saffron twine. And I want 2 pieces that measure 8 inches. So 1, 2. So I'm tying a double bow. And I'm going to trim the ends. Okay, I'm done with that. The pom-pom should be dry. I'm going to put 2 on the back of him as well. If you just use 1, it's going to be on the box lopsided. Like you have to use 2. You have to put 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. So, doesn't it make you smile? Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, so we're still going to use these. So let's see. So I'm trying to make sure that there's equal distance. But, you know, he's kind of not symmetrical. He's kind of big. And he's taller. But anyway, so I'm just going to put some liquid glue on this. I guess I'm saying I'm basically centering this on the top of the box. And then next we'll add him, because he's pretty easy. Now we're going to take a glue dot and I'm going to pick up the glue dot with my Take Your Pick tool and kind of wad it up. And I'm actually going to put it where I want it. Sometimes with this twine, if I use the twine to pick up the glue dot, I end up untying it. So I don't want to untie it. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now we have to position him on here, and then we want to add a few of these embellishments here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off the dimensionals. It looks pretty good, right? Yeah. So I want 3 of these sequins, and I'm just using the tip and the pointy of this one. So if y'all wondering what I'm doing, it's like, okay, I need one to hold it down and one to pick it up. And so, you see what I'm saying? Like that makes it stay and this picks it up. I don't know if y'all have that problem, but my fingers, if I pick them up with my fingers, they just keep coming back up. So now that I've determined where I want to place them, I'm going to come over here and just pick up a little bit of glue and then come back over here like I'm having surgery or doing surgery. And then this one. Oh, I got a little too much glue on that one. Oh well. And now this one. Okay, so let's evaluate it. Looks pretty cute, right? Let's see how it compares to the one I made earlier. Okay, so let me show you the candy that I have in this one. It holds Twizzlers. It actually holds all kinds of candy. Yeah, but that's what I put in this one. How stinking cute is that? Oh, I love it. Now, I love the Valentine one, right? It's really pretty. But oh my gosh, this is so cute. I mean, what person would not want to get this, right? And a bracelet would fit in there. Like, okay, you guys have a great night, and thank you so much.